Welcome back to University Speaks, the show by students for students. I'm Anthony Ramos.
And I'm Maria Dibut. I have to tell you something, Anthony. I am so excited to be co-hosting the show this year.
Me too. It's amazing how fast you can go from reporter to co-host.
It's also amazing how fast this year has flew by. We finally get to sit in a real classroom again.
That means there are more people on campus who might want to get more involved with student activities. One of the many ways is by joining a sorority or a fraternity.
That's right, Anthony. Our reporter, Mia Nakamura, has more.
One of the biggest parts of any college experience is Greek life. If you've ever wondered what recruitment was like, well, I got you covered. I interviewed two students with a passion for all things Greek.
So recruitment has two processes. It can either be fall formal recruitment or spring informal recruitment. So fall recruitment is what we're doing right now.
And we do a process called formal recruitment, which is a 3-day process where any woman is able to join and kind of find their home or find whatever sorority they want to be in and belong in. Recruitment is constantly changing, so the format might change as we grow closer to the recruitment date, but right now it is 3 days long. So the first and second day are getting to know the different sororities, getting to know their philanthropies, what they stand for, and then the last day is preference day, where you really get to choose between your top 2 sororities, and then bid day is getting to run home with whatever your chosen sorority is. When I joined, and I went through Panhellenic recruitment as a freshman, and I did not know what to expect at all. At first, I think I was a little overwhelmed just because I had no idea what I was going into. I didn't really know anybody in a sorority, and I was able to experience it, and it was one of the best things I could have done. I really found a community that's constantly growing, whether it was sisters that have graduated or sisters that are coming back in that we've been able to newly recruit. So I would say whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, even a senior, is to join a sorority. I definitely encourage it to anybody who's interested.
Definitely trust the process and always keep an open mind no matter what, because every single chapter that you talk to, you'll make a connection, and regardless of your letters, there's still people there for you. You can always see them on campus, you can always study with them, they're in your classes, so definitely forming those relationships with all the Panhellenic chapters and the other councils.
But recruitment can be intimidating, and because I would say out of all of the different forms of Greek life we have on campus, Panhellenic formal recruitment is the most, I guess, structured in a way, and can be the most intimidating, but I promise there's a Greek chapter for anyone. So go ahead and learn not just about the Panhellenic side, but look into the multicultural organizations or the fraternities. And again, I truly do believe there's a Greek chapter for everyone on campus.
Although formal recruitment has passed, there are still some Panhellenic chapters holding continuous bidding, giving more students an opportunity to join a sorority. If you're interested in recruitment and want to know more about Greek life, just visit Involvement UNLV on Instagram. Now let's hear what music Lena found over the summer.
This summer has been the summer for music, so let's check out the biggest hits. First, Olivia Rodrigo's debut album, Sour, has been on repeat all over the country since it came out. The 18-year-old has broken many records with this album, including the record for the most songs in the top 10 at one time by a woman on the Billboard Streaming Songs chart, which was previously held by Taylor Swift. Songs like Traitor, Happier, and Favorite Crime perfectly contrast with Good For You and Deja Vu, as Sour perfectly encapsulates all the feelings and emotions that a person can go through during a breakup. Now we move on to another teenage star, Billie Eilish, whose second studio album, Happier Than Ever, recently was released. The title track, Happier Than Ever, quickly became a fan favorite. With previous singles such as Therefore I Am, My Future, and Your Power, her album was long awaited. The 10-time Grammy Award winner is steady at the #1 for the Billboard charts. Billie Eilish is set to tour in 2022. Her stop in Las Vegas will be April 1st. Next, after a 4-year hiatus, Lorde released her third studio album, Solar Power, after her trip to Antarctica. Her singles Mood Ring, Stoned in the Nail Salon, and her title track, Solar Power, became quick hits with her fans. The album has a cheery, whimsical tone, and it is really clear that it is a summer album. The album was released on August 20th, and her world tour is set to start on February 26, 2022. Lastly, Doja Cat's newest album, Planet Her, was released this summer with catchy beats and lyrics that all your friends want to belt to in the car. Her album was very anticipated. Planet Her has collaborations with Young Thug, Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, and SZA. Songs such as Woman, You Right, Kiss Me More, and even Get It To It Yeah have given Doja Cat her #1 spot on the R&B Billboard charts. Now for some of the hottest summer singles. Stay by the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber have topped both the global Billboard charts, and it's on its third week being on the #1 Billboard Hot 100. Next, Ed Sheeran recently released his first single, Bad Habits, for his upcoming album titled Divide. Bad Habits is currently sitting on #3 on the Billboard Hot 100. This next song may not have been released this summer, but it definitely has been playing on repeat this summer. Levitating by Dua Lipa featuring DaBaby has become one of the most well-known songs ever. It is currently sitting at #5 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. This summer was great for music, but did I miss any of your favorites? Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or Twitter at UNIV Speaks UNLV to share your favorite songs from this summer.
Thank you, Lena. I definitely jammed out to most of those songs over the summer. Now, let's toss it over to Anthony to talk about university health and safety.
Thank you, Maria. With me today, I have Rachel Kim, a UNLV senior majoring in pre-professional biology. Rachel is a part of the UNLV Community Clinic and has been leading many vaccination initiatives on campus. Hi, how's it going this morning? How's your morning?
I've been good.
Morning's going okay?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. What is the Delta variant and how is it affecting us here on campus?
Now, I'm not a medical professional, I'm just a pre-med student, but with kind of my involvement with vaccinations, I have been able to kind of receive more of a foundational knowledge about the Delta variant. So the Delta variant, I would say it's kind of a mutated COVID-19 strain, and this is ultimately affecting a lot of unvaccinated individuals since it is, I believe, 2 times more contagious than the alpha COVID-19 strain.
Are the symptoms pretty much still the same, or are you expected to get hit harder with it?
I believe so, but I think it's just a matter of the spread is being much more contagious and more able to spread from one person to another person.
Got you. There's been a recent rise in COVID-19 cases. Why do you think that is here, specifically on UNLV campus?
Oh, so I know that there's been a lot of implementations with the mask mandate, and honestly it was just right now where the vaccine mandate just recently was actually approved, but it's still not even in place until the spring semester, which I'm sure we'll touch on later. But ultimately, I think it's kind of the matter of not really knowing what are the rates for vaccinations in UNLV right now, and I am kind of unsure with the amount of students are actually following with these policies. So I believe that this might be the reason for why we do have a rise of COVID cases.
Right. And so what prompted the implementation of the UNLV vaccination clinic program?
So my story was kind of different. So I was part of one of the committees for the UNLV Community Clinic when it was in the works, and we started implementing vaccinations for COVID-19. But we first started at the UNLV pods, and then we eventually started to stop that, and then we moved to community vaccination events to make sure to serve for the underserved communities, such as any individuals who are under poverty, or also just kind of addressing any health disparities that are out in the community.
And how do you access that here on campus? How can they get to it?
Well, as of right now, we do not have a UNLV pod, as I kind of mentioned before, but I do know that vaccines, Moderna vaccines, are actually offered at the rec center right now. And I believe, I'm not too sure about the whole logistics of walk-ins or appointments, but I do know that is another access point for students.
And then lastly, what is UNLV doing to keep students and faculty safe? What measures have they taken as far as this semester?
Okay, so I know that right now there's about 40% of remote classes offered, and kind of what I mentioned before, the mask mandate for all students, all faculty members. And then also I do know for employees, faculty members, staff employees, that kind of thing, if you have to either verify that you are vaccinated, or you have to do weekly COVID testings. Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming down to University Speaks. Now let's toss it to Maria, because she is taking us back to the 80s.
Feeling a little nostalgic? Let's go back to the future. The moment you step into the Back to the 80s cafe, it feels like you have been transported back in time. In 2015, owner Christopher Knet opened his first Back to the 80s cafe and more in Rancho Cordova, California, where they stayed there for 3 years.
COVID hit, unfortunately, gave me the opportunity to close it temporarily due to COVID and due to California opening and closing. And so then I came down here to Las Vegas, then opened the restaurant down here, and we opened July 1st of this year, and it's just been one crazy ride.
Food and beverages are not the only thing the cafe offers. Live performances and karaoke are a huge part of what makes this place so special.
On Thursdays and Fridays, starting at 7 o'clock, we have the Michael Jackson Experience until we close. And then on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we'll start doing our live 80s bands. We'll start doing a lot of the 80s punk band.
Creating a space for the old and new generations where they can fully submerge into the 80s is what they're most proud of.
Just being able to see the expressions of guests when they come in, bringing back a lot of their childhood memories, being able to, share with their children how the 80s used to be also.
Back to the 80s Cafe is currently hiring, and if you are a UNLV student interested in working for them, here is how you can apply.
From 12 to 4 o'clock, we have open interviews. You can just come in, fill out an application. We're currently looking for bartenders, no experience needed. We do train within, so if you don't have the experience of working in a restaurant or have the experience of cooking or doing any of that, we train within.
Make sure to come check out Back to the 80s Cafe. Reporting for University Speaks, I'm Maria Debut. I had so much fun doing the story. Thank you to Christopher, the owner, for letting me come in.
That was great.
Oh no, it was so much fun. Like, I'm a big movie fan, so when I went, I was having the time of my life. It was amazing. So I think everybody should go. You should go. We should go.
I want to, because I swear I'm like an 80s kid that was
you're
born
gonna feel
in the
like
90s.
oh no, you're gonna feel like you're in the 80s.
I could see the posters, the music, the Ghostbusters, the car. I'm like,
oh
yes,
no, it's
yes.
amazing. It's
oh my gosh.
You know what I hope never goes out of style? Boba.
Well, if you love boba, you may have noticed it being just a little bit harder to come across amid the COVID-19 pandemic over the summer. I had the chance to speak with a local boba shop to see just how they've been impacted. If you're anything like me, milk tea is one of your favorite things to drink, especially if it has those little balls of tapioca joy at the bottom. But those might be harder and harder to find in the near future. Here's why. The COVID-19 pandemic is to blame for yet another shortage here in the U.S. In a video posted to their Instagram, the Boba Guys, a nationally known boba brand, stated that the pandemic has caused issues with supply and demand.
It started with a global pandemic, which has caused a major congestion and shortage in the supply chain. You might have noticed that a lot of the boba shops have already announced that they're running out of some of the supplies, including the tapioca balls.
Boba pearls come from the cassava root, a tapioca starch that is not grown commercially here in the United States. It is typically grown in parts of Asia. Boba arrives to the U.S. through container ship, arriving most frequently to California. Sweet Tea, a fairly new boba shop in the Valley, says that customers have left as a result of the lack of boba.
Well, we were a little bit busier early on, and then once the shortage started happening, we had some customers leave because we were out of boba.
Ghost says that they have added limitations as a result to conserve boba.
So we kind of try to limit it as much as we can a day, like maybe cooking a couple of bowls so that we can last a day and then like at least have a little bit more until it comes in. So sometimes we run out around 6, maybe 7.
As of right now in the U.S., the shipment of those tapioca balls has not ceased completely. It is just slowed. Right now, you can go to any boba shop in the Las Vegas Valley and they will give you boba. However, some might have limits as to how much you can purchase. Reporting for University Speaks, I'm Anthony Ramos.
Who doesn't love dogs? Because I certainly do. Reporter Sydney Lum visited a local animal shelter in Las Vegas. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, it's Sydney, and today we're at a local shelter, the Animal Foundation, for National Dog Day. And who doesn't love dogs? they are a man's best friend. So let's go check it out. Our furry four-legged friends are members of the family and the ones who lift us up when we're down.
Dogs keep us happy, they keep us sane, and I think we really learned that during the pandemic, especially when we were at home.
Being home shifted the dynamic of having a pet. When the world drastically changed, our dogs helped us look forward to the next day.
Maybe we were stuck at home, but they kind of got us out of bed and out for some fresh air, go out for a walk, because they still have their routine.
Here in the Valley, the Animal Foundation is a key player in rescuing and finding homes for dogs as well as other animals.
Summer is our busy time for intake, and so we receive anywhere from probably 40 to 100 animals a day. So there's plenty of animals up for adoption right now.
The Animal Foundation is one of the organizations that takes a pause for the cause when it comes to the dogs.
We have all types of dogs just waiting for someone to take them home. They want nothing more than just a couch to curl up on and just your love and affection.
Aw, they were all so cute. We really don't deserve dogs, do we? Well, this has been Du Jour, where every day is a holiday.
Anthony, do you have dogs?
Well, I had the same dog since I was 9 years old. I had him from 9 all the way up until now, until sometime last year. But it's a bittersweet moment because I had him his entire life. So I love.
So you were part of it.
The whole time.
You have great memories with him, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
I have a little pug named Jojo, and he's amazing. I love my dog, so
I
I love that story. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Just being around dogs can relax you, but if you don't have access to a dog, Maria Debut has your back.
Body sculpting has become a new form of keeping your body toned and healthy. These sisters are bringing this and various other services to their business. Let's check it out. Gold Spa is the newest med spa located in Summerlin South, owned by Sister Nurjan and Sonia. With over 8 years of experience in aesthetics, they're bringing a new body sculpting experience to the city. The services they offer are cool sculpting, cool tone, infrared saunas, vitamin injections, filler, and anti-wrinkle treatments. And to make the experience even more unique, there are private rooms streaming Netflix and Hulu. They give you comfy spa robes and healthy snacks to enjoy during the cool sculpting treatment. Reporting for University Speaks, this is Maria Debut. It's so much fun. It's I love that. I want to go to one of the sessions.
I love anything that is like relaxing and
yes.
calming. Is that the
and
only
they have TV.
Is that the only location that they have?
Yes, this is, as of now, this is the only location they have here in Las Vegas. They don't know if they want to expand nationally, but as of now, they're embracing having it here in Las Vegas, and they hope to have like a great turnout.
Awesome. Could be something like personal to us.
Yes.
Water levels across Nevada have reached dangerously low numbers, and those numbers are expected to decrease even more in years to come. I had the chance to speak with the Southern Nevada Water Authority, who gave us a little insight into this historic drought. The Colorado River is one of the largest bodies of water across the western portion of the United States, and for the first time in history, the federal government has declared a water shortage. But what does that mean for Lake Mead and locals here in Las Vegas? Here's what you need to know about the drought and what you can do to help conserve water. Soaring temperatures and less melting ice are to blame for a drought affecting the Colorado River and neighboring water sources.
We're in the midst of the longest sustained drought that we've seen along the Colorado River. And quite frankly, there's just less water going in than there is going out.
Since the late 1990s, Lake Mead has had a significant drop in water levels, leading to a decline in how much water the state of Nevada receives overall.
What it will mean for Nevada is actually, frankly, that we'll have less extra water. Our allocation, our legal entitlement will be reduced from 300,000 to 279,000 acre feet in 2022.
So what is meant by the phrase extra water? Any water that is not considered necessity, including grass used on lawns, street medians, and even football fields, fall under the category. Here in Nevada, we have an advantage that not every state has. The water that is consumed from inside of your homes has little to no impact on the water levels in Lake Mead.
Here in Southern Nevada, one of the things that makes us unique is that we return everything that we use indoors back to Lake Mead. So we could go to every hotel room and every hotel room across the strip, turn on the faucet, flush every toilet, and it's not going to deplete from the amount that we pull from the Colorado River because everything that we use here indoors is recycled and returned to Lake Mead. The removal of that 4,000 acre feet of ornamental turf that we have in our community will save us 9.5 billion gallons of water annually.
The Southern Nevada Water Authority is urging all Nevada residents who have grass in their yards to follow the proper watering schedule, which can be found on their website. As mentioned, it's only water that is used outside that cannot be recycled back into Lake Mead. If you see water being wasted, including the use of sprinklers outside of the proper watering schedule, you are urged to report it at snwa.com.
Anthony, I think today we've had like some great packages.
We have. So much has happened over the summer.
Yours. I think it's so important that right now we talk about the water shortage. I'm so scared, but I have hope that everything will figure it out and that us as citizens will comply to everything that the water district tells us.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite package?
My favorite one was the 80s bar. I like that.
Yes.
I like how it looks.
You
I want
have
to
to
get some
go.
friends and go down there. We should
Yeah,
take
we
a
should
trip.
go to a karaoke night.
Yeah, there we go. Y'all know I love to sing.
Now that we are wrapping up our show, we have a few words from our UNLV students, as CSUN President Karen Japp.
I really love being back on campus because I love seeing everyone like thrive here. I really love I love when everyone interacts and I didn't like it when the campus was really empty, but now that everyone's here, everyone gets to be with each other. I love the smiling faces, whether you can't really see them through the mask or not.
We can be in-person classes again, not dealing with WebEx, and it's just good to be back.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen Yap, the UNLV CSUN Student Body President. I'm super excited for this school year and I can't wait to see y'all back on campus.
And that is our show, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
We will see you next time. Bye.